It's done.
Sorry, Greenblood. Look, we can see the masts of the ship that'll be taking us. This is one sacred adventure we're embarking on.
I hope this island will keep its promises.
In order to know that, we'll need to find Constantine first.
You were right. Maybe he is already at the port. He was so eager to leave.
This will be quite the chore to finish before our departure. The commander wants to recover some merchandise from our supplier, but the transporter doesn't want to deliver. I did all I could to persuade. Nothing came of it. All the parliamenting fatigues me. But this is your domain. I wouldn't say no to a little help.
Of course. Where is the supplier located?
In the lower boroughs, near the port.
Right then. We'll put it on our list of visits.
Where would you like to begin?
I've been asked to pay visits to the ambassadors of Ptolemy and the Bridge Alliance before our departure. Their dwellings are not far from here. We could go there first.
Very well. Do you think Constantine will be waiting for us next to the ship?
I don't know, but it is certainly worthy of inspection.
To my help! And death to the others! To my help! And death to the others! You're running out of energy. Drink a potion. You're running out of energy. Drink a potion. To my help! And death to the others! Are about to get dicey.
Good day, Excellency.
Lady de Sardet, to what do I owe the pleasure?
I have come to inform you that my cousin Constantine and I are departing for Tir Freddy on the hour.
Ah, yes. I did indeed hear talk that you had both received callings of greater stature. Allow me to congratulate you. Were you not named legate of the congregation?
You are correct, Excellency. I thank you.
It is a station of great honor that I am sure you will fill with brio and panache. The Mother Cardinal Cornelia will be enchanted to work with you, and your cousin in the future. I only regret that your departure is so sudden.
Really?
To be entirely honest with you, I was hoping to solicit your help in a rather delicate matter.
Tell me more about it, and perhaps I can take care of your problem before my departure.
Very well. A small group of dangerous heretics has found refuge in Serene. We know that your uncle tolerates the presence of all pagans within the city walls. But these particular non-believers threaten the fragile harmony of this place. We would consider it a tremendous favor if you would arrest them and deliver them to our guard.
Heresy is not a crime in Serene. You do know that, but I'm sure that my uncle would hear your arguments. Why call on my intervention?
The prince would indeed give us his blessing, but it would take time. Far too much time. For according to our sources, these fugitives have already made contact with a smuggler to take them who knows where.
I see. You were hoping that I'll be able to do something before they make it to an enemy city. If your heretics are planning on boarding a ship, then they must be in the dockyards. I'll look into this and see what I can do. I must be going. Farewell, Excellency.
May the light guide you, de Sardet.
The merchant is there.
Good day, my lady. How might I be of service?
You can start by explaining to me why you refuse to honor the orders agreed upon with the guard.
There's been a misunderstanding, madam. Of course we're ready to honor the orders. In fact, I've already had a word with your master-at-arms.
They're asking that we pay again, despite having already paid.
It's just that the price has gone up since. I've nothing to do with it.
This is inadmissible. If you agree on a sum, you need to honor that agreement.
I'm sorry, madam. I'm just an agent, and I'm only obeying orders.
Your master has apparently asked you to demand a second payment for this merchandise.
That's right. He told me that their attendant seemed to be hiding something when he passed the order. And so he must have thought the guard would end up paying in the end, whatever he asked for.
I'll be damned. And I'm the one they've sent to settle the affair.
Sorry, Captain, it's nothing personal. I'm only following orders.
Following orders. Yeah, we hear you. Makes one wonder which one of the two of us is a coin guard.
Why don't we go and solicit other suppliers, Kurt?
When we've already paid for the merchandise? If these thieves agree to reimburse the original payment, it's what we do immediately. And do know, in the future, we won't be shopping with them. Well, I should think not.
This whole story sounds suspicious and stinks of a scandal. You were demanding a second payment, but refused to reimburse the one that was already made.
I'm not the one demanding nor refusing. It's my master.
This stubborn fool is pushing me to madness. You understand now why I'm asking for your help?
I'm certain we can come to an unofficial arrangement. You are clearly the apprentice of a demanding master who expects you to follow orders without raising a brow. Life in your shoes can't be easy. Perhaps we could help you take the weight off your feet.
And what would I have to do in exchange? If I give you the merchandise, my master will still demand the price you're supposed to pay me.
Not if you were robbed. By pure chance. I mean, it could happen to anyone. What if the guards leave a little extra bonus in your pocket as you look away? And while you're making yourself busy elsewhere, some of my men break in and collect their merchandise. You'll just have to make a devastated, oh, the dastardly boldness of 'em face in front of your master, and we're done.
And the bonus will be how much?
Well, you won't be retiring with it.
Oh. All right. Done. I'm with you. As soon as I've received my bonus, my eyes will grow weary-like.
Not just yet. You'll get your bonus afterwards. The guard has already been taken once by your promises.
Well, you can't hold it against me for trying. Very well. Call for your men to come.
You're certainly honoring your new title. Bravo! The quartermaster must be expecting us.
Lively there, lads and lasses! I promised the merchants and their prince we'd be off before the tide. You, man, carry that properly. That porcelain is worth more than your life. There are some children we'd been best to refuse.
Captain Vasco.
And you are?
I'm de Sade, the prince's niece. All is in order. We will soon be embarking on your boat.
It's a ship. Not a boat. Apologies for my asking, but the young governor isn't with you.
He didn't come home this morning. I need to find him before departure.
I hope nothing's happened to him or he hasn't changed his mind. The tide does not wait.
Perhaps he simply celebrated his imminent departure with a little too much enthusiasm.
We're sure to but have no fear. We will leave without him if he does not present himself.
Is he an important member of the crew?
We don't need him for sailing or navigation.
He must have simply had a bit too much to drink in celebrating his departure. Like another.
I doubt that. Jonas was never one to fancy drink. And it's been 2 days since last he was seen. No, Might I ask you, if you hear anything, I would like to set sail with a clear mind.
When did you see your cabin boy for the last time?
It's It's been 2 days since I've had any news at all. It wasn't out of the ordinary until this morning. My men have free shore leave when we're at dock. But the day of departure, every able-bodied sailor must be present on the ship.
Does the boy know anyone in Serene?
Other than fellow Norts, you mean? I don't think so, but it's difficult to be sure.
This Jonas, does he have any close friends amongst the crew?
In tradition, we are all members of the same family. But yes, there would be Flavio and Lauro.
Might I have a word with them?
As you wish. You'll find them over there, in port.
Have you seen anyone wandering about? Suspicious looking. Maybe clandestine passengers.
Take a look around. There are far too many comings and goings to spot possible stowaways. As long as they don't try and get on my ship, I pay no attention to them. That said, we did catch ourselves a smuggler just a while ago.
A smuggler? Maybe he could be of some use. Where could I find him?
In the port jails, not far from the warehouses. May I ask you, why the sudden interest in smugglers and the odd stowaway?
Nothing to bother yourself about. I'm just curious.
You wouldn't, by the sheerest of coincidences, be on the trail of a couple of heretics, Your Excellency. The same a couple of the ambassadors of Ptolemy's men have been looking for nigh on 2 days.
And so you know about that?
Of course. The Cardinal's henchmen are hard to miss, even in a crowd. And they were making quite a fuss, hoping we would cave in and help them in their hunt. Feel free to carry out your own investigation, but you'll end up with the same answers. The port brigs, just like the warehouses, are property of the Norts. No one else may enter.
Be back soon, Captain.
We need to have a word with that people smuggler the sailor mentioned.
He's a Captain Kurt, like yourself. And in order to interrogate the smuggler, we'll need to find a way into his jail.
But I still don't see Constantine at your side. I hope he hasn't been the victim of...
Don't worry.
I certainly hope so. Oh,
What will be your official title on Tifredi?
come now, don't be ridiculous. But His Highness has also asked me to report to him. I am therefore required to take note of all events, but also obtain as much knowledge as possible. Your help will be extremely valuable to...
It's always a privilege. I need to be leaving. I have quite a few things to do.
To my help! And death to the others! You're running out of energy. Drink a... Move away. Things are about to get dicey. running out of energy. Drink a potion.
Are you the smuggler?
You snuck yourself in here just to ask me that question? If this is some sort of trick to get me to admit to some crime, you are truly twisted.
You can see for yourself that I'm no naught. Come now. Are you the one I'm looking for?
I'm already locked up. What more do I risk? Yes, I am a smuggler. But I'm not the only one in this city.
I'm searching for a couple fleeing to Leme. They are trying to leave the city discreetly. Have they contacted you?
You certainly can't imagine I'm going to answer you without getting something in exchange. I don't really think of my clients as kin, but I'd never betray any of them for free.
A real saint you are. How about your freedom in exchange for your loyalty? Tell me where I can find them and I'll open this cage.
That works for me. Your two Telemites are hidden in a warehouse behind this very prison. They must be waiting for me. But you might want to be quick about it. If the Nauts get their hands on them, they'll find themselves in this same cage.
Thank you.
Anytime. And these doors? You're gonna open them, right? Thank you, my lord. And don't worry about me. I'll slip outside without being seen.
It's blocked. It's blocked.
Hello? What can I do for you?
We're your replacements. You're dismissed.
Finally! We were starting to grow moss. Courage, me hearties.
was there?
May the Illuminated save us. Did the smuggler send you?
The man to which you are referring was arrested and thrown into prison. But reveal to me your hiding place.
Oh, the traitor!
Have you come to deliver us to the Inquisition, then? Please, please, have pity on our souls. We have committed no crime. We are not heretics. We are nothing more than historians.
In that case, why is the ambassador of Thélème so concerned about your teachings? Why is the Inquisition looking for you, and why are you hiding?
Our only error was wanting to publish our work.
It's true. We presented our research, but it didn't please the censor. And here you have the result.
We fled all the way to Serene, thinking we would be safe. But the Inquisition wants to silence us so badly that they followed us here.
Tell me more about your research. What about it is so horrifying that it will provoke such a fuss?
Our work concerned the teachings of St. Lucius.
The disciple of Saint Matthias. The one who returned to Thélème after traveling with his master.
The very same. His writing was carefully preserved, but never seriously studied.
With the discovery of Teofredi, we thought it crucial to take a look at the original text. We wanted to verify if this island could have been the faraway place that he spoke of. The Eden of Saint Matthias.
And? What did you find?
Teofredi is without any doubt the land that our Saint Matthias and his disciples went to. But the text that we discovered was radically different from what we expected to find.
In the original text, St. Lucius doesn't speak of an Eden, of the paradise of the Illuminated. He speaks of a voice that came from the depths of the earth, which convinced St. Matthias to stay there.
It was written in black and white, and there is no doubt about it. The original was written in Lucius's own hand.
I understand now what that text has cost you. This voice from the depths sounds more the power of a demon than a saint.
The sacred texts are always difficult to interpret, but what is written is written.
Who were you hoping would give you asylum?
We were hoping to reach Al-Sad. The Inquisition won't chase us into the den of their enemies.
Our research won't interest the Bridge Alliance, or at least I doubt it. But at least we'll be safe.
By entering Al-Sad as clandestines, you risk being taken for spies.
That would be better than being burned at the stake.
Did you try speaking with the censors? You could. Forget what you have discovered, perhaps?
Oh, we have signed already an abjugation stating that we misunderstood the sacred texts of St. Lucius. We were even ready to say that we had never seen the true text, or anything else that would have pleased them.
It served no purpose. It's our lives they are after.
I see. Well, you have no other choice but to run and seek refuge in enemy territories.
I beg of you, please do not deliver us to them. Let us continue on this path.
I could have a word with the good Dr. Sahin, the ambassador of the Bridge Alliance. If he can be persuaded to offer you asylum, you would be saved.
Your goodness honors you. May the Illuminated forever light your path.
If I manage to convince the ambassador, you'll need to refrain from that sort of blessing. Stay here. I'll be back.
closer now, good people. Don't be afraid. Come, celebrate the miracle of science. Won't believe your eyes. This discovery will give you faith in existence.
You're running out of energy. Drink a potion.
Come closer now, good people. Don't be afraid. Come, celebrate the miracle of science. You won't believe your eyes. This discovery will give you faith in existence. Closer now, good people. Don't be afraid. Come, celebrate the miracle of science.
Your Excellency.
Lady de Sade, I have been told that you were named legate. Congratulations. Those are great responsibilities for some, but you will bring honor upon your...
I thank you, Excellency. My cousin Constantine is taking office as governor.
I had no idea you would be leaving so quickly. What a well, then, that is a pity. Please convey to your cousin my congratulations.
You seem slightly hesitant.
A rather unscrupulous individual.
Do people actually give credence?
Alas, yes. They snatch up his celebrated panacea. As you can well imagine, alchemist, this vulgar trickster casts dirt upon... In any city of the Bridge Alliance, we would have arrested him.
I shall see what I can do, but make no promises.
I thank you, Excellency. And I am pleased to see you have taken... The man operates in the city center. He is said to be...
I would like to talk to you about a rather delicate matter.
I am listening.
A couple of historians have made a recent discovery, and it seems that this is not to the liking of the Illuminated.
These sinister hypocrites are going to want to burn them at the stake.
Without a doubt. And that's why these poor...
I would volunteer and consent to take them under my...
You would like me to first take care of your...
You will certainly prove to be an...
I need to be going.
Goodbye.
Does your vest belong to last year's fashion?
Your time is precious in these dark hours, but what you're about to discover could save your life.
You'll find all you need in our selection. Whatever you
Come
need.
closer now, good people. Don't be afraid. Come. Citizens, I present to you Panacea, the absolute cure of everything. Toothache, stomach ailment, and even an open wound. This potion heals all of that. And more still. This little phial is the product of years of research and intensive labor. I hear you asking if this remedy can heal one from the Malachor. Alas, not yet. But your question is legitimate. I am so close to finding the cure. But the Malachor isn't the only ailment causing you to suffer. Not true? Then don't miss out on this chance and give yourself a healthy and energized life. Rejoice! A phial only costs a few coins, and well worth it to make your life shiny and new again.
Does it really heal everything, your potion?
Everything. Absolutely everything. Except the Malachor, of course. That being said, it is known that those in top health resist the Malachor best of all. Then don't throw away this chance. Think of all the pains that this potion could help you avoid.
You are right. It's a deal. I'm gonna take two.
There's a man that knows a good deal when he sees one. Hurry now. There won't be enough for everyone.
There he is. He's our man, no doubt.
His speech is well polished. I even feel like buying some.
And if we had a word with him, I wonder if he'll serve us the same routine.
Ah, you're finally tempted.
In all honesty, I haven't made up my mind yet. I want to be certain that I'm not dealing with a charlatan.
In this day and age, I can't blame you. What might I do to convince you?
Are there any nasty side effects with this remedy of yours?
There are none. You will feel nothing but an intense sense of well-being.
Will you drink one of your potions to prove your good faith?
Of course. I take a little sip every morning. But as I'm in perfect health, you won't be able to verify the improvement in my condition. But if it helps you make up your mind, give me just a moment. There now. As you see, I am still in excellent condition.
Come on now. I saw you take that vial out of your pocket. Nothing proves that it's the same potion that you sell to your clients.
As a man of science, I consider skepticism a remarkable quality. But in your case, it is not skepticism, but blindness.
We need to steal one of these potions and force him to drink it.
Brilliant idea, Kurt. Let's take a look at his cart.
Have you finally made up your mind?
I happen to have a vial of your medicine. Would you be willing to drink it in front of us? To prove that there is no risk?
This bullying is trying my patience. I'm beginning to suspect that you might be working for a rival.
You refuse to taste it?
You might have put something in it to cause me harm or further disgrace.
No, look. The vial is still sealed. It comes straight from your stock.
And you dare challenge me when you have just admitted to being a thief?
Come now. You can see for yourself that I'm gladly returning your vial, so that you might drink it in front of witnesses. This might help to dissipate my doubts, as well as those of these brave folk.
Yes, no, you don't have the right.
Damnation. He got away. He can't have gone far.
Find him, before his head ends up on a spike.
Think back to the note that we found. We need to take a look at the tavern. He won't leave the city without his belongings.
Good day, Tavern Keeper.
Good day to you. What is your pleasure?
I'm looking for my cousin. His name is Constantine. I believe...
There was indeed a party here last...
Whatever do you mean?
A brawl broke out. My tavern was shattered.
I'm sorry. Amongst the rebels, hair down to his neck, light brown. Blue...
I don't believe it. Of course he was there. I hope you've come to reimburse me. Don't...
What kind of damage?
A good half of my furniture was broken into firewood. I piled up...
Let me take a look. Perhaps it can be...
If you can fix it...
That's not a small sum.
Oh, the father has forgotten to give his...
I need to be off. Farewell.
Goodbye.
This furniture is in terrible condition. The fight must have been extremely violent.
It looks as if it's fixable. I've seen worse. We'll need to build some metal dowels, but once done, we can make them like new.
I could repair this if I had some metal dowels.
Well then, were you able to
No,
In that case, you...
Here you are, to cover your
Excellent. Honest books makes for honest friendship. Your cousin is either a very bad joker or a dangerous fellows. They've a storehouse they operate.
What kind of business?
Several, actually, and they're all illegal and profitable. But you didn't hear that from... In any case, if you were set on recovering your cousin...
Thank you for the information.
Get off with ya. Get him out of what... Anything else?
I need to be off. Farewell.
Goodbye.
You again? What are you doing in my room?
I'm not the only one that's found you. Have you seen the mob that's gathering in the street?
I'm neither deaf nor blind. By the spheres. Why didn't I leave the city while there was still time?
The Alliance ambassador is quite unsettled by your commerce. And he's the one who sent me.
Sahin. Him again. Ruining my career wasn't enough for him. He's the very reason I had to leave the Alliance. And here I am, playing the part of the potion maker. Me, who was once a respected member of the Academy of Al-Sad.
Are you not ashamed to have poisoned those poor souls?
These potions are not harmful. That is to say that they don't contain any harmful ingredients.
But you could just as easily produce real healing potions. So why don't you?
You don't understand. I fled, but I haven't put a stop to my own research. This potion is an attempt to create in those who drink it a resistance to the Malachor.
So you manipulate people to use as experimental fodder? That is completely unethical.
I don't have a choice, but it does not harm them, I assure you.
If this potion were inoffensive, then why wouldn't you drink it when I offered it to you?
I ran tests on myself for such a long time that I ended up becoming intolerant to it. A small sip of this mixture provokes in me now a violent reaction. The mob would have been furious in any case, but a normal dose, I assure you, is without risk.
Dr. Sahin warned me that you were an imposter.
That doesn't surprise me, coming from him. I was a master alchemist. I understand if you don't believe me after all that, but I have a number of documents to prove it. I would still be one if Sahin hadn't set off a chain of machinations to disgrace me.
Why does Sahin bear you such hatred?
I wasn't fortunate enough to oppose certain great minds of the Academy, to criticize their methodology. I saw them inflicting torture on sick prisoners, making them drink the most vile poisons. To find a remedy to the Malachor, they won't hesitate to kill. I could not keep my silence.
It is for an act of courage that you fell from grace, and earned Sahin's hatred. Your methods don't seem so different than those of your colleagues.
I don't torture people. And this potion only has side effects in high doses.
Perhaps, but you are hurting innocents. I cannot let your commerce continue.
So, what are you going to do with me, my lady?
I'm going to help you leave the city, but you must promise never to return.
I swear it.
Very well, then. I need to first get you away from those who want to see you hanged.
If we can't find a way to sneak out of here discreetly, we will have to confront the populace.
I haven't lost hope that I'll be able to help them hear reason.
It would be better if I remain hidden while waiting.
The servant's door. The lock's double bolted.
The key to the tavern. Locked.
Let's go and find the alchemist. We need to get him out of here as fast as we can.
So, did you find a way to get me out of this hornet's nest?
Yes. I need to get you out of here. I have unlocked the service entrance.
Without being skinned alive by the mob?
You need to remain prudent.
I follow you.
Let's sneak out the back.
I hope we don't run into any unhappy patients. Angry customers. And we have no choice but to go this way?
To my help! And death to the others!
We're running out of energy. Drink the horse.
Greenblood, do you need something?
I wondered if you ever felt
I always do.
I hope to have kept you good company for all these years. After all...
And these memories I hold dear. But I had to watch over you. You were my responsibility.
What about now?
Now? Anything else?
I must leave you.
Customers. I should have stayed.
To my health! And death to the others! Move away! Things are about to get dicey! You're running out of energy! Drink your potion!
My cart, finally. I owe you my life. How can I ever thank you?
Just do us the favor of never coming back. And stop this deceitful commerce.
Have no worries about that. I'm not going to forget this lesson anytime soon.
Move along now. Get out of here while there's still time.
Would you accept this as a token of my gratitude? Farewell, my lady.
Your Excellency.
Lady
I tracked down your man near the Coin Guard barracks.
Finally.
Let's just say that I put an end to his activities. Matters turned out a little more... He managed to slip through our fingers.
Once again.
We followed his trail to the Coin Guard Tavern. But all the same, you have nothing to fear.
We'll eventually. Governor Burhan will be happy to learn that such an amiable legate will thank you for your help, Excellency, and allow me to...
I need to be going. Goodbye, Excellency.
Goodbye.
Your Excellency.
Lady...
Now that your affair is taken care of, are you...
We are willing.
At the port of Serene. They were hoping...
Very well. I shall send an escort...
I need to be going. Goodbye,
Goodbye.
We owe you our lives. We are eternally grateful.
It was nothing. I hope you are...
If you would allow me, I would like to give you this.
Farewell.
You have a kind heart, Greenblood. It'll be the end of you, but that doesn't bother me. I wouldn't have wanted those poor buggers to end up on a burning pyre.
It would seem that I'm not the only one with a tender heart. Good day, Excellency.
Lady de Sade, to what...
It pains me to inform you that the
Curse them! How...
Alas, these renegades have found protection with the... I would not have been able to capture them without risking a diplomatic incident.
The bridge. But I had hoped that you might intervene quickly. We have nothing else to do but pray that the...
I must be going. Farewell.
May the...
Lady de Sade, I presume. It is an honor to make your acquaintance. Captain, you set sail soon. Have you seen to our little...
Yes, we were finally...
Excellent news. I'm afraid that...
Blast me, I'm a captain, not an errand boy.
The commander was quite explicit.
Very well.
The merchandise that you obtained needs to be sent to... But the Port Authority formalities for shipping taken... And we've already lost quite a bit of time with this dishonest merchant.
Are you blatantly asking us to smuggle this?
I would never ask you to do such a thing, Your...
Ah, But you don't mind asking that of Kurt?
Well, now, if he finds an alternative... But this cargo must reach the...
Marvelous.
Well then, I await your return with utmost impatience.
Madam, you still haven't found your cousin.
Have no fear. I will bring him back in.
I'm still without news of my cabin boy.
Be back soon, Captain. Good day. Someone told me that you were a friend.
That's right, yeah.
Yes. Your captain...
Happy to hear he's taken the disappearance seriously.
What do you think about Captain Vasco?
He's a damn good navigator. He knows his craft well, in spite of being so...
How old is he?
He's not seen his 25th year yet. If he keeps it up...
Do you think he could have made himself...
I wouldn't think that for a moment. Jonas has a good...
What does Jonas do in his free time?
He just hangs around here or there. You know the cabin boys don't have half a say, and when evening comes, we usually go down the tavern with good old...
Did he ever have one too many?
Never. He sips his pint like it was bad medicine. One drink lasts him the...
When did you last see him?
2 days ago, in the evening.
Did anything seem out of the ordinary?
Maybe a tad troubled.
Why would that be?
Boy, I haven't the fate...
Does he know anyone in...
No one, far as I
don't know where to start with this.
No. Lauro won't stop telling anyone who will lend him any...
And you don't believe him?
I like Lauro, don't get me wrong, he's like a brother. But to be honest, the itch for a drink gets us all, but to him more than others, and when you drink too much, yesterday, it was me who tied one over, and I thought I heard Jonas's voice. I called back to him, as you guessed, but then nothing.
I need to be going. Good day, sailor. I've been told that you know...
You talking about Jonas? You bet, but like I've been crying to the 9 dead.
What do you think about Captain Basco?
He's a just man who knows his not. It's a pity that he hasn't much heart for lass now and again.
Were you a witness to the event?
Yes, I was. Even though I'd had a few tumblers in the belly, the other day, in the tavern, I saw him talk. And then when we left, him and I, Flavia, well, those brutes were there, waiting for him. They just up and took him like...
Why didn't you intervene?
I tried to, believe me. But my legs...
Did you report this to the captain?
Unfortunately not. I know all too well what weight my words carry. Even for the captain. No, not telling him that. I still have some...
Did Jonas seem troubled to you?
Maybe.
Do you know what was on his mind?
No.
Why would anyone want to snatch a mere cabin?
How would I know? You think my...
It's just that I can't imagine a gang of thugs. Did anyone else see the kidnapping?
There was still a small crowd in the tavern. I seem to recall that regular being there. Kind of fellow who plays from morning to night time to be that skilled. But now...
Thank you, Lauro. I need to be going.
Strange story, this is.
Something isn't right here. I can feel it. We need to lift the veil on this. Tavern keeper.
I see you're back. Can I pour you something this time?
I am looking for a Naut. A young cabin boy who has been missing roll call for 2 days now.
A Naut, you say? That's not...
According to one of his fellows, he would have been taken.
A kidnapping. In my estate. I would have noticed.
Someone told me about one of your faithful clients. A big...
I see. An able-bodied man.
Where might I find him at this time?
Here. He would never get anything else.
I need to be off. Farewell.
Goodbye.
Who are you? I don't recognize you.
No, have no fear about that. I'm looking for a Naut that disappeared 2 days ago, after visiting this establishment. A young cabin boy. 2 men...
Yes, that does ring a bell. I've played with the 3 of them.
Tell me what happened that evening.
A rich merchant came in. With the kind of man you can round up for a few coin. They exchanged words with the cabin boy. The kid was defensive.
And after that?
It just so happens that I did go out for a breather, and I think I might well have seen those same men grab him. I wouldn't have thought that they were kidnapping him, if that's what it was. They...
What can you tell me about the boy?
He seemed rather nervous, as if he was worried, and he must have been right to be nervous.
Who was the rich merchant, do you think?
No, my lady, you're in luck. It was Sir Fontaine, that merchant.
Where can I find him?
He has a house in the wealthy boroughs, just off the canal.
Thank you. You've been
This man is completely owned by his love for the game. Do you think we can trust him?
What would he gain from lying?
I have no idea. But what would any wealthy merchant gain from holding a penniless child?
Might I help you, my lady?
I would like to have a word with Sir Fontaine.
He is absent, but the lady of the house could enter, please.
Oh, I know you. I've seen you at court. And to what do I owe the honor?
I would like to have a word with your...
He is not here.
It concerns a delicate matter. According to witnesses, he had an argument with your...
I see. I am afraid that you have been misled. You seem to have come... He has simply returned home.
Excuse me, but I'm not...
Don't you see, Your Excellency? We got our son.
I am very surprised. And that his men escorted him from the tavern using force.
Witnesses? In a tavern? And you choose...
These witnesses are all in agreement. And
my son was probably shocked to have found us. My husband and... A gesture that your drunkards must have
How did you find your son's trail?
We have never stopped looking. We learned the new name they gave him, Jonas. Then we learned the name of the ship he sailed on. No sooner had it docked in Serene than my husband had the crew.
Where might I find your son?
I cannot say, Excellency. Until the Naughts have set sail, we live in fear they will take him back from us.
This pact... It sounds like some fear-inducing story.
The Naughts wouldn't be the first to recruit through dubious means.
Madam, you still haven't found your cousin. As you...
Have no fear. I will bring him back in time to...
I'm still without news.
I spoke with a woman who told me she was the mother of the cabin boy. She claims that...
Taken? Her son is sea-gifted. His parents were required to give him up to honor the terms of a contract.
A contract? But what...
A commercial contract. In exchange for services rendered by the Nords. In some cases, nations even trade some of their subjects before they're born. I wouldn't be able to tell you the condition of Jonas's contract. I didn't even know he was originally from Serene. But what I can tell you is the young man hasn't seen his parents since he was a small child. And ever since, he's been a Nord. Our ships are his home. We...
Be back soon, Captain.
You see anyone else who might be able to help us? Anyone who's not a Naut?
Sir de Corsilion is a veritable well of scientific knowledge. He could tell us a little more.
But I still don't see Constantine at your side. I hope he hasn't been the victim of any foul play.
Don't worry. We'll find him in time for departure.
I certainly hope so.
I've had a word with Lady Fontaine. You must know her. She told me a strange story about her son who... She said that he was taken when he was a child.
Who was a cabin boy?
They took him back.
Well, that is very unpleasant news to Sade. We need, since time immemorial, there's always been children born on their ships belong to them. It's the rule of the sea. But certain contracts are so important that they also require children. From time to time, the congregation has passed such accord, and certain noble families...
Are you telling me that the Fontaines lost their son in an agreement signed between my uncle...
No. That pact, but Sir Fontaine has made a fortune trading with the Alliance.
Do you mean he would have offered up his own son in exchange?
Well, he probably did it before the birth of the child, and regretted it afterwards. What counts most is that you bring them. Breaking a contract with the seafarers has always cost us dearly. Our nation...
I will do my best.
A father selling his own son for a few boat rides. For ugly, that is ugly.
Lady Fontaine didn't seem to have any knowledge of that detail. That could be of use to us. Excuse me, madam, but I haven't quite finished my inquiry.
If you would be so courteous, I would like you...
Come on now, stop lying. Jonas was taken away by...
That is not true.
Enough. With every word, you are...
Prison?
For kidnapping. Whether Jonas is your son or not, he's in the eyes of the prince, you have committed a crime that puts the
I beg of you, Your Excellency. Have mercy on a poor mother. We didn't kidnap our own son. And if he's in our warehouse, near the Coin Guard Plaza, I am certain that once you have heard his account, you...
I regret having had to threaten that woman.
You didn't have a choice. She was lying, and we need to find that boy. Here we are. Be careful. Fontaine won't be alone. He'll have his henchmen with him. And death to the others! You're running out of energy. Drink a potion. Move away. Things are about to get dicey. You're running out of energy. Drink a potion.
To me, gods! Take no prisoners!
To my help! Come and take death to the others! Careful, Greenblood! You're wounded! Move away! Things are about to get dicey! They broke your armor! Be careful! Careful, Greenblood! You're wounded!
Come on, let's see you get Come on, let's see what you're capable of.
Move away! Things are about to get dicey! You're running out of energy!
It's not possible just now.
Who are you?
My name is Desardet. Your captain has sent me to find
And were you able to convince my...
He preferred to fight to the death, rather than allow you...
How tragic. And the woman, my mother.
You don't seem to be all that close.
I hadn't seen them since I was 5 years old. They find me, capture me, and lock me up. My family is the Knots. I am sorry for my parents.
Yes. You should still go and say farewell. it.